All right, we're a minute after the hour. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the August National Pilot Webinar. And we have a special presentation today. I just want to remind everyone that these calls are recorded and they're posted on our YouTube channel after this meeting. So please, if you are not speaking, please mute yourself, and hopefully we'll have a period where you can ask questions after the presentation is over. This is our standing agenda. We have a presentation today. If we have time, we'll go through with getting some updates from our active and completed pilot sites, and then some updates from APHL, New Steps, and NBS-TRN. And if we have time, we'll just have some brief updates from the states. And then since we have a bit more time, and then we have some announcements from New Steps, APHL, as well as NBS-TRN. So I know Joe is on the call. You were going to give a brief update about the of New York. And I just wanted to, before you do that, I wanted to remind everybody, we're going to transition to rotating some of the conditions off of this call, particularly XALD, Pompeii, NPS, and NPS1 and SMA, but we will hear updates about the other conditions and conditions that are also being piloted. But so New York, so I know, Joe, you said you were going to try to give an update on the Screen Plus, and if there's any other things about GAMP deficiency that that you've learned, you can give an update on that as well.
Okay, Jennifer, thus far for GAMP deficiency, we didn't have any updates since the last meeting, no new positives. And as far as Screen Plus, we're still in the adding additional hospitals. Right now, I think we're going to be up to 3, and the goal is to get to 10. So, but there's going to be a period here where we're going to be adding them quickly, and that's been a challenge. Just finding the coordinators at the hospitals and hiring coordinators at the hospitals has been one of the big challenges. And prior to that was getting contracts set up for all of this work. So, anyway, that's where we are. No real news as far as how the screening's going. We haven't found any positives through screening, but we haven't tested a lot of babies that just at this point, it's only up to a couple thousand.
So with the 10 hospital recruitment, do you have a projection of how many specimens you'll be able to test if you get all 10?
I think the number's like 150,000 over the grant period. Once we're up to full speed, and assuming all goes according to the way things have worked in the past with our consent rates, number of people that are willing to sign on for this.
Thank you, Joe. Does anybody else have any additional questions? Okay, I know that Kate from the North Carolina team was not able to make the call today, so I'm not sure if anybody else is on that on the call that can get an update. If not, we'll move on, but I will just pause for a minute to see if anybody has an update. Okay, so we'll next move on to Georgia. I'm looking at the participant list to see if Angela's on the call, or if Dr. Wilcox is on the call, someone else from the state of Georgia. I know she did send me an email with an update about that they're working through their first screen positive for Krabbe disease, as well as they're going to start back the process for a pilot for the homocystinuria disorders or related disorders as well. And the last one was Dr. Parada. I'm not sure if he's Parada, is he on the call? And he gave an update as well on the their hospital-based pilots for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So if you guys have any questions about this pilot, you can enter them in the chat. I can forward it to him, or you can reach out to him as well. It looks like he's still, I don't think they have any screen positives for this pilot. I'm going to move on to Kashia to see if she wanted to make her announcement from APHL.
Hello?
Yep, Kashia, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yes, so I just have a couple of announcements. So first, we have a hot topic webinar coming up on Thursday, August 18th, from 1 to 2 p.m. And we're going to discuss the NCAA sickle cell status requirement for student athletes and the impact on the newborn screening program. So we sent out information to the community about that. We'll send out another announcement for people to register as well. So if you can attend, please feel free to do so. We also, registration is also open for the 2022 Newborn Screening Symposium. So please register through the symposium website. And again, the meeting is scheduled for October 16th to the 20th in Tacoma, Washington. This will be a hybrid meeting as well, so if you can't make it, you can also attend online. Oh, and then one more thing, sorry. So the New Disorders Work Group has been working on an MPS 2 toolkit. We will be releasing that MPS 2 toolkit for programs to use at the end of this month or the beginning of September. So please be on the lookout for that as well. And that's it, Jennifer.
Thank you, Kashia, very much. Does anybody have any questions for her? All right, you can follow up with Kashia or us if you have any additional questions, but thank you for the announcement. MBS Sharon has a few announcements as well. I'll kick this off with saying that we'll have another special presentation for our next month's meeting. We'll be hearing from the PerkinElmer team about the new assay they launched for congenital CMV, the real-time PCR assay. So please stay tuned for more information. That call will be on September 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll hand it over to Dr. Ki Chen to make the rest of the announcements.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to share that we have our new episode on our newborn screening spotlight. We feature Dr. William Wilcock, who's going to talk about the newborn screening pilot study. He's the medical director of Emory Lysosomal Storage Disorder Disease Center and Genetic Clinical Trial Center in Georgia. He was a medical graduate of UCLA School of Medicine and completed his residency in pediatric at UCLA and a genetic fellowship in UCLA Intercampus Medical Genetic Training Program. As a clinician, Dr. Wilcock also leads clinical trials to discover new treatment for both metabolic and skeletal diseases. He has published more than 140 peer-reviewed articles and served as a member of the Georgia Newborn Screening Advisory Committee. In this podcast, Dr. Wilcock and his team at Emory has conducted groundbreaking efforts and screened over 1 million newborns to help to increase the numbers of conditions that are included in newborn screening in the United States. So please listen to the podcast, subscribe, and share the episode with your colleagues. Next slide. Thank you for attending. The 2022 new network meeting, the efforts in policy and research to advance newborn screening. If you missed one of the sessions or the meeting, you can watch the presentation recording at our website, which you see here. It's you go to our website and it's underneath the events tab for the 2022 network meeting. It is also available on our playlist on our YouTube channel if you subscribe. And so we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the latest videos that are posted there. Next slide. And please save the date for September 28th to 29th from 12 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. This would be our annual newborn screening research summit where we're going to feature research around the world, up and coming new areas of interest, and seeing how we can grow our MBS Strand network. So please save the dates. And if you like our network meeting, this is a continuation to the discussion, but also looking at a much more global perspective. Next one. And that's it. Yeah, Jennifer, you want to? Oh yeah, and please subscribe to our social media channels.
Yes, and so again, our next call will be September 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you have any questions or comments about this meeting, or if you have any other topics that you want to hear, Carolyn Lumpkin has posted her email address in the chat. If there's other topics that you would like to hear from this meeting, please send me an email, or you can send me an email as well. This discussion is going to be posted in our on our YouTube channel. So if you have some colleagues that weren't able to attend the call today, you can always forward them to that address, and they can catch up on the latest news. So with that said, thank you, Barbara, for leaving the message in the chat. I'm glad you like this discussion. But if that's it, if anybody else has any comments about the discussion topics today, I'll just leave it open for a minute. If not, we'll give you a little less than 20 minutes back of your day, and we will see you next month. Thanks again, everyone.